It's not a good idea for a couple to spend all of their time together. I mean, having friends to hang with every now and then can give a person the break they need from their significant other. It's important that you and your partner maintain social groups that you were a part of when you were single. But here's where a problem can come in. What if you don't like your boyfriend or girlfriend's friend? What if they're obnoxious, weird, boring, or promiscuous? That's what we'll get into on tonight's T2Q. I hate your friends. Coming right up.
T2Q Radio.
Hey, what up, Q? What up, Radio World?
And this is my show, the Talk to Q Radio Show. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, Q, how are you?
What up, what up?
Let me thank you for having me on your show. It's so awesome to be here with you and all your listeners.
Bad man posted some of the chat room that almost made me choke over here. My man Ray out there in New Jersey. Ray, what's going on?
I said some, not all.
This is a show that people are supposed to get their opinion and tell what they think.
And I think it's offensive to say that a person who speaks well is trying to speak white. Well, I am pro-woman, but I'm not anti-man. I know the value of a good man. Is that it?
What's going on, people? I want to welcome all of you to another episode of the Talk to Q Radio Show. My name is Quincy, and this is my show. And this is episode number 940, being recorded on June the 1st on a Tuesday. We're talking about what to do when you hate your loved one's friends. You may hate your significant other's friend. You may hate your kids' friends. Or maybe they are not even introducing you to your friends, to their friends. So that's a problem too. I think it's going to be a great show. But before I get to the T2Q virtual phone lines to see who will be joining me, I need you to hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, that like button. I can't grow if you don't help me. And if you're watching on if you're not watching on Facebook or YouTube and you're listening to one of the audio only podcasts on Apple, Spotify, or wherever the show may be found, then please subscribe and leave a review. All right. I'd appreciate it very much. To the T2Q virtual phone lines I go. Where do I start? Let me start in the Magnolia State of Mississippi and welcome on Net from the Ladies Night Podcast. Net, what's going on?
Hello. Nothing much. Out here talking to you in the rain in my car.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining. And so
thanks for having me.
Stay in the Magnolia State of Mississippi and bring on another edition. I got 2/3 of the Ladies Night Podcast tonight. I got on Miss Tawana. Tawana, what's going on?
Hey, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm excited.
Oh man, you know what? I keep forgetting about tacos on Tuesday. I just I don't know. It's like maybe I should do Taco Thursday because it seems like I'm always a couple of days late when it comes to tacos.
Hey, that works too.
Yeah, so all right, glad to have you on. I'm gonna stay in the SIP. We got 3 from the SIP. Let me welcome on my man Bailey, holding it down in the 601. Man, what's going on?
Hey, good to be here, man. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Doing well. Glad to have you.
All right.
And I have 2 show legends who are on the line. And the show legends, they got the special introduction because they're legends. You know how we do it. From the 870 area code, the natural state of Arkansas, please welcome on the master of Leonism, the Bad Man. Bad Man, what's going on with you, man? Bad Man, what's happening?
Not much. What's going on? How are everybody?
Doing well, bro. Glad to have you on.
Doing good, eh?
Okay. And, my man Brad in Jacksonville was on the show a few weeks ago, and he noticed something I had never paid attention to. I had Bad Man on the show, and I had a young lady on the show named Robin. and he made a joke like Batman and Robin. You know, I can't have Batman about a Robin. So let me go to another show legend and bring her on. From the 209 area code, the Golden State of California, please welcome on show legend Robin to the Talk to Q radio show. Hey, Robin, how are you?
Q, that is so dope.
I'm glad that you like it.
Yes, so dope. Hi, ladies. Hi, guys.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
how you doing?
All right. So I got Net, Tawana, Bailey, Batman, and Robin. We'll go ahead and kick things off. And so, Net, let me start with you. How often should a person who is in a relationship or married hang out with their friends?
Oh, I mean, you know, really, to each his own, because what works for one relationship is not going to work for the other. Personally, I am very limited in my hanging out as a wife. However, my spouse hangs out rather frequently. So, I mean, to each his own, you know, I mean, I don't care that much, I guess.
Tawana, what do you think? You up there kikiing, what do you think?
Well, I don't know if there is a set amount of time per se. Me personally, I would like to hang out as much as possible. You know, because I think for the last year or so I've been so limited, and so I'm definitely ready to go outside, as everyone says. Um, but I don't know if there is a certain amount of time. You know, it's all about an understanding you have to have with your significant other.
Okay. All right. Bailey, what do you think, man?
I think as often as possible, man. As often as possible. Every other weekend, at least a couple times a month. Because if you don't, man, you'll lose yourself. You won't even recognize you no more. Are you so used to being a boyfriend, husband, or whatever that role is? So I think it's important to still have that brotherhood with your friends. Respectfully.
All right. Batman, you agree?
Absolutely.
Keith, why you not on the screen?
Oh, I'm sorry, Robin.
Robin, what do you think about it?
I don't think it's wrong with anything's wrong with hanging out. People should definitely have that as an outlet from a relationship. My key thing is what you start doing, you need to continue with. So if you're not doing all that hanging out to begin with, you need to start doing it if that's what you want to do.
All right. So, has anyone dated someone and you did not like their friends? Anybody want to testify?
Me.
All right, Batman. I'll let you go first on this one.
Ooh, man. I mean, they got every damn opinion about your relationship. Instead of worrying about their own shit. They always worried, well, that nigga, he drank too much. Hell, you drank too damn much. And I'm just saying, just little nitpicking. How you tell your girl that nigga drank too much and hell, he always want to creep. Hell, where your man at? You don't know that nigga at. You don't call him 20 times. You the damn third wheel in the problem. That's why me and my other half is arguing because you done brought your bitter shit to our shit. I'm just saying. You bringing your fucking drama to our drama. And Robin, I don't know what I'm over here look like Simon out of the beach. I ain't had no haircut and shave. And...
Oh,
man. I wasn't trying to out you, bro. I was just like, we're all on camera. Where are you?
And so, anybody else got a comment? Anyone else have a testimony as far as something that they've had an experience where they didn't like someone's friend?
I've never had the experience where I didn't like someone's friend, but where my friends didn't like my husband. I'll say that.
Ooh,
So,
okay. And
that
I mean,
Hmm?
how did that play out when you wanted to do something with your husband and your friends were around?
You know, they masked it, they covered it up. It really wasn't like overt. It was just more, I think, like what Keith said. I probably shared too much of what was going on, and then they were like, you know, loyal to me, and so because of that, they had some hatred for him. But it was okay. It worked out. I got divorced anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, see, I understand that then. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a testimony,
I've
Tawana?
definitely.
I mean, not really. I was just saying,
Okay.
you know, sometimes. Okay, who's talking?
Go ahead, Tawana. Go ahead, Tawana.
I'm sorry, Nick. No, I was just saying, I understand, you know, sometimes when, you know, you vent to your friend, talking to your friend, and you tend to overshare. And so, you know, your friend may feel some type of way, especially if you keep going back to a situation that you're complaining about you don't want to really be in, or you're having a lot of problems, and then I'm gonna leave, but then you go back. And so yeah, the friend may feel away about that. Personally, I haven't had a situation like that I can think of where I just kind of hated his friends or whatever. But I definitely understood where Robin was coming from with that.
Okay. Net, you wanted to add something?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, Tawana knows I'm that friend. Like, what you want to do? What you want to do? Are we gonna mess him up, or what you gonna do? And I will respectfully, if you decide you're gonna go back to him, I will respectfully be like, okay, you know, well, invite him to the next shindig. It's good. You know, we had to jump him, but it's all love. I still love him if you love him. But for me personally, I have been in a situation where I definitely had issues with my significant other's friends. But then I realized that my issue wasn't really with the friends, it's with the person that I'm in the relationship with. Because at the end of the day, nothing that your friends should not be able to affect anything going on in our relationship. Same way my friends can't affect anything going on in my relationship. If I have a problem, I handle that. They may hear about it after the fact, but by the time they hear about it, it's been dealt with. Versus, you know, if I feel like you're always, you know, you got the type of friends that are always trying to pull you out away from, you know, your family and stuff like that. Yeah, I got a problem with that. But then like I said, I realized the problem ain't them, it's you. Because you shouldn't be letting them pull you left and right. And when we need you, you're not around. So I had to adjust where I was putting the blame at. And then after that, you know, it never became a problem again.
Okay.
So
all right. And LaShonda chimed in from Mississippi. She says, Net, you and I are on the same page. So she agrees. And let's see, Bailey, you quiet down there, man. You ain't never had anybody you used to deal with and you thought their friends were dumb?
Yeah, I thought their family were dumb too.
How do you handle that, man? I mean, do you try to make it work with the friend, or do you do everything you can to avoid them?
I mean, you know, you can turn the other cheek twice, and after that, I'm out of cheeks. You know, so. But like, I think that was right. It's really an issue with like the person you date. Right. You know, she gonna, you know, we have to get an understanding, and if we can't, then you know, you gonna have to make a choice.
Exactly.
Okay. Johnny Taylor say his old lady chose him over her mama. So hey, I need that kind of love.
But that's you know, you leave your family to go with your spouse. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I need that kind of love.
I mean, so all right, so bad man, do you agree? Do you like he said? He said you turn the cheek twice and that's it. Do you give him a couple of chances? Do you try to avoid the friend? Do you try to force it to make it work? What do you do?
Me, honestly, after them two cheeks, they gonna kiss the back two cheeks. My ass.
All right, so you believe in giving them an opportunity, and Robin,
Just gonna be blunt with them.
you co-sign?
I don't know about kissing back to the cheeks, but right. How many opportunities can you give them? How many times can you say, "Oh, I was out late and such and such kept me out," or the guys wanted me to do this? Like I said, grow the F up. This is your relationship. You need to manage me, and no, not manage me. You need to love me. You need to manage your friends because they're not helping you with nothing around here. And if you want to go live with them, go live with them.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
I said, I don't tell some shit one time. Hey, my homeboy Tyrone had my phone.
Okay, man.
And
You better call Tyrone.
He had a straight talk phone. He didn't have no minutes on it. On his phone.
No.
It was like, okay then. And see, that's the thing about it. Sometimes I think men like that, they get with the right ones. They get with the ones that's going to take that stuff. Because see, me, I play get back, at least for a little while. I know some women are above it. It's like, I'm not going to get back. I'm just going to leave. Me, I'm going to play get back. And I play much better than any man I've ever met. Do not play with me unless you want your feelings hurt. Don't do it.
What's your sign, sis?
I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries, but I'm also with Libra moon. I like everything to be balanced and in justice. And if you play with me, I'm a play back. So go play with your mother. Don't play with me.
Somebody said I need some therapy. Who hurt you?
Yeah, Bridget chimed in from Michigan. She said, "Bad man may need some therapy." So
my baby mama, how about that?
All right, so Tawana, let me ask you this, because they say that birds of a feather flock together. So if you're dealing with someone and his friends are hoish or drunks or abusive, does that give you some pause or concern about the guy you're dealing with?
No, not at all. I don't really believe in that, so to speak, simply because of me and some. Let me see how I can say this. Some people I've dealt with in my past that we were nothing alike, but we were good. We were close, but I wasn't anything like them. So I don't necessarily think just because you hang with someone you're like them. Now, being that I am older, I do prefer to be around people that are like-minded. So we don't really have those issues. So no, I don't think that because he hangs with a certain type of person that he's the same way. I don't.
Okay. I mean, Bailey, what do you think, man? If you're dealing with a young lady or in a relationship with a young lady and her friend may be a drunk or a scammer or Thotimus Prime or whatever the situation may be.
Oh my.
How do you handle that? Do you think that birds of a feather flock together?
Yeah, I do. And it may not be exactly like, what I'm saying, your girl might not be a drunk or she might not be, thotting out here, but man, I bet if you saw that group chat they got.
Stay on our group chat.
Sure, I bet that group chat hurt your feelings, man.
Look, this be men minding women business. I'm telling you.
Hey, I don't do that. I don't go through phones. I ain't into none of that. But I'm just saying, just know, what I'm saying. Hey, old girl ain't by herself. Your old lady. Man, that group chat hurt your feelings, man.
Some of us are in the group chat for comedy relief. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
It be popping. It be popping.
Yeah.
Chat be fire, though. I'm not gonna lie. It be fire.
Man,
it just be jokes, babe. It's just jokes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Got somebody's phone one night when they was sleeping at drunk, and I seen them messages. I'm like, even though she wasn't my girl, she was a thotty long stockings. But
no, man.
Thotty long stockings.
But you was with her.
I was with her, but we was creeping. But the point is,
y'all were thotting together.
Yeah, we was.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Oh man. And Erica chimed in from Georgia. She says, I agree, birds of a feather do flock together. Run. LaShonda said, I'm definitely cutting an eye at him. Birds of a feather flock together. And Net, what do you think? Is that the case?
Well, like Tawana said, we've known some hoes in our time. I'm not a hoe. So, it's just one of those things where, people connect on different levels. Some of it is trauma bonding. Some of it is just we've been friends for so long. How you develop might be a little bit different from how I developed, but now we're locked in for a while, and it is what it is. It's not all because like, oh, you know what? She be hoeing. I like to hoe. Let's hoe together. That's not what we think. Some of it is just simply like, hey, we've been through, Kool-Aid with no sugar and mayonnaise sandwiches. That's my dog. She just so happens to hoe a little bit.
Right.
Exactly. Sometimes it's the trauma. We locked in. We've been through some stuff that, other people can't understand. Now, men, they might be birds of a feather flocking together. I believe they do, but not women, not us.
Yeah, because men don't really know any better. That's just what they do.
Uh-oh.
So I agree. I agree with that.
Wow.
There you go, girl.
Okay. Hoeing is contagious. It's like chicken pox. So,
oh man.
We're not spreading the hoe.
If your girl doing it, you may not be no hoe, but there is a hoish influence there. It's like chicken pox. It's contagious.
Well, okay, if that's the case, then like, do women or vice versa, men, like, do you think that hoish activity is influenced by the opposite sex? Like, for example, if my man is a hoe, does that mean that his girl, like, basically, you men who have women, does that mean that if you're hoeing, your girl gonna hoe? Like, how do we, like, what's the line here?
No, it's same sex contagious. It don't.
Oh, okay. It don't cross over. So it's not intersex.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not intersex. No.
Okay.
Man logic. Okay.
Yeah, everybody know that. Yeah.
Oh man.
I didn't. I had no clue. Teach me something.
I retired. I went 5 years retired.
Oh, okay.
And when I got the divorce, he came back.
It just went dormant.
Robin, how do you feel about it? Birds of a feather flock together. I mean, like, what if his friend is an abuser? Is an abuser. I mean, how do you feel about that? That he's friends with someone that beats his significant other.
Oh, that I turn. Oh man, no.
Eat the cake, Adam. No, I mean, if you have a friend that has a disturbing personality issue, I think you need to distance yourself or try and get that person some help. Is somebody saying something?
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, get
this. Yeah. So, if I was in a relationship and that person I knew was beating their significant others behind, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. So he wouldn't even have to. But it doesn't mean that he's gonna be the same personality. Even though I think birds of a feather do flock together, that's something I think totally different.
Robin, you feel like your hands work.
My hands work very well. My sister had to learn. I'm a daddy's girl, and he was like, "Let me tell you something. You may not be stronger, but you smarter. So pick up whatever you can." I learned that lesson early. But yeah, that doesn't mean that. But I have friends that this is a real example that may get high, right? That doesn't mean I'm gonna get high, but I still hang out with them. So we do have some commonalities. But I know for me what works for me, and that doesn't work for me because I got to get drug tested at work. So
if you sit next to him, you're gonna be high.
Look, right now my neighbor's over here getting it in. Okay.
All right.
But that's just an example. you do have commonalities, but you have to think with your own brain.
Okay. And that is probably the most
Yeah,
important
that's
lesson
right.
to get from
Absolutely.
all of this is thinking for yourself. And so I guess, is it wrong? Let's see, where do I want to go with this one? Let me go back to Tawana. Tawana, is it wrong to go to your significant other and say, hey, look, I'm not really feeling your friend. Maybe they're obnoxious or something, immature, and have a discussion to see if you can encourage them to maybe move on to more mature friends, so to speak.
No, it's not wrong at all. If their friends is for the streets, yeah, they your friends for the streets. I need you to need to step away. And like you were saying about the abuse, I think that's something different altogether. So if he knows that his friend is abusive and he hangs with them, that's a problem. That's a problem. That goes beyond someone that may go out and have a few too many drinks on Friday, or someone that smokes off dope. So yeah, that's a little deeper.
You said the
But
dope. My
it is
gosh.
it is dope,
All the
It's
dope.
the dope.
all the dope.
Oh boy, she
But
said
yeah,
all of it.
but I'm all for a conversation. If I feel like he's doing too much. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say something. I'm not quiet. I'm not meek at all.
All
I'm like
right.
you for the
Batman, what do you
streets.
Batman, can you have a conversation with your significant other and maybe ask them to move on from a friend that you don't like?
Oh, we definitely gonna have a conversation, man. Hey, I don't give a damn. Y'all been friends since y'all. Hey, if they doing some fucked up shit, and if you can't see that shit, I mean, I ain't know nothing else I can tell you. But man, like I said, if I had a friend that was beating a woman, I would just get him some help, and then I would tell him, "Don't you take your ass to sleep. Well, if she cooking some grits, you better get your ass the hell up out that house.
Grit ball.
Cause if not, you gonna be Al Green Jr. And that ain't love and happiness either."
Uh-huh.
Oh my Lord.
So, Bailey, your thoughts, man? Can you have that type of discussion with a significant other, or you think it's just a little too much, it cause too much conflict?
Nah, I think you can, but in certain situations, you shouldn't even have to. Like, if I had a partner, it's never okay to, what I'm saying, to put your hands on a woman. So if I got a partner that's beating on a woman, I'm gonna say something to him. But in regards to, whoever I'm dating with her friend, I think respect is how you prevent problems. So I really don't care what she do. If she respectful, we okay. Then it kind of is what it is. But if it's causing a problem in your home, then you do got to speak on that. Because I mean, if not, you got to look yourself in the mirror. I would rather say something than let something be bothering me and it's causing issues. That because that'll cause the issue with whoever you date when you don't say nothing because it's eating away at you or whatever. So I think you absolutely have to. And depending on what the person doing, the friend should say something. You know what I'm saying? You should check your own friend.
Okay. All right. And Tashura and Georgia chimed in. She said, "Grits and honey, he gonna be burnt and sticky."
Oh
That's
yeah.
all
Straight like
bad.
that. That's right.
All right. So, Robin, what
Mm-hmm.
if your man's best friend is a woman? Not just a friend, best friend, the one that he calls whenever something goes wrong or whenever he has a problem with you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Because my thing is, if that's your best friend, why are you all not in a relationship? If you calling her for everything that you need, if you're calling her, you stubbed your toe or you had a bad day at work, those are things you need to be bringing home to me. So he can have a friend that is a female, no problem. But a best friend that you're calling them and complaining about me too, that's a chick? No, no. Sorry, bruh, that's not happening. But y'all could be friends, but we need to evolve the relationship.
All right. Erica and Georgia said, according to Uncle Steve Harvey, men and women can't be friends.
Oh,
You know, Steve Harvey don't know everything. Steve Harvey been divorced that many times.
Him and
maybe third time's the charm. I don't know. Net, what do you think? Do you think that his best friend can be a woman? You all right with that?
I don't know if you can see my face. That's a hell no. Even if I came into the situation and like she was already there, there wouldn't even be it can't go anywhere. Like, no. I don't care if you look like you're my best friend. I don't do that. Not at all.
We're losing your connection here. It looks like we got a bad connection. We're going to have to try you back in just a little bit. And Bailey, what do you think, man? Can her best friend be a dude? You know, if her best friend.
I was thinking about it the other way around.
We know you were.
I was thinking about her friend. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
her best friend's a dude. You gonna be all right with that?
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, it's cool. He a dude that like dudes, right? It's cool. It's cool.
I didn't say that. Nah, I said no. He's heterosexual.
Oh man.
Agree with Sherry.
Yeah, man. That's just.
It's just.
And she called him to complain about me.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. They gonna be able to talk about me. I'm gonna be gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gotta have that, man.
Batman? Can her best friend be a dude? A straight dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, I've been in that situation. I'm not just saying. And here's my thing, because I'm thinking like a street dude, because I'm thinking he could probably shoot her information about other dudes. Same way, if my best friend was female, I already know how it's gonna be best friend. Oh, she shoot me game about other chicks. So that's how I look at it. I mean, but sometimes, you know, if they, I mean, I guess sometimes they can be a good best friend, because, you know, because she can, like Bailey was just saying, hell, they can complain about you all the time, or, you know, so, and she can get a male's point of view, but sometimes half that shit is bullshit. But anyway, though, but I mean, it can go like that, but you really have to watch this shit, because sometimes, most of the time, when is they best friend, they go shoe shopping together. They ain't talking about getting no Air Force Ones either.
Yeah. Yeah. Most dudes that's a friend, or this my brother, or this my, you know, that dude don't want to be that, man. That dude just got put in that role. You know what I'm saying? He just waiting. Any chance he can get.
He got friend zone.
Yeah, he just got friend zone, man. But that wasn't his choice. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Yeah.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of
that's my
truth
brother.
to that.
Yeah, that's my brother. Man, your brother wanna
hug each other. They lean all the way out when they hug each other. So all of a sudden the hug started getting
closer and closer. He just waiting.
Get like, okay.
Q, can you read Sherry's comment?
Yeah, I was going. Sherry said, men and women can be best friends, and I have several male best friends. It takes an insecure person to have an issue with that. That's Sherry from Georgia chiming in. Anybody have any comments on that? What Sherry said?
I don't think it takes an insecure person. I mean, I think everybody is individual. We all have insecurities. I mean, that's just keeping it 100. But when you are in a relationship, especially a marriage, that spouse needs to be your day one. You don't need to have no day ones out there with another female or with another male if it's the opposite sex. I just think it takes the focus off of what you all need to be building. That's just
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
All right. So
I agree
Tawana,
with that.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying I agree when you're married. I think that your spouse should be your best friend. I can honestly say that I've had a male best friend, and years down the line, he wanted some snatch, but it wasn't like that initially.
He wanted some
It was
nuggets.
just I can be honest with
Right.
that.
Oh man,
He
I
was
can be
see
honest with
like
that.
Bailey said, he was just waiting in the cut.
He was
is
waiting.
waiting.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was years later. Yeah,
He's
but
trying to go from the friend zone to the end zone.
Yeah.
However,
Oh man.
I still, despite that, I still think that, males and females can be best friends. It's just, yeah, he wanted snatch though, but hey,
And how long you two been dating?
huh?
Oh,
I'm trying to cut you off, dog.
He was trying to throw you off, girl. Don't pay attention.
Really kill.
Oh boy, I almost caught you slipping. And so, I mean, this is for whoever wants to answer. Regardless of the reason you don't like the person, do you limit your time around them? Just try to stay away from them as far as possible, or do you try to kind of force the situation to get along? What's the best way to handle it? I mean, they're not going anywhere, so what do you do?
The only thing I'm forcing is these high-waisted briefs over this fupa. That's the only thing I'm forcing.
right.
Period.
Right.
Especially these days, being over 40, I'm protecting my peace at all costs. So
Say
I don't
that.
force anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other comments? Got a couple more questions and we'll wrap things up. All right. So
I'm definitely.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm definitely of the whole limit. Like, if it's just somebody that I cannot get along with, like we clash, then I'm definitely all for limiting my time around those people because it gets to the point I might lay hands. So, we don't want it to come to that because, like Tawana
Right.
said, I'm over 40. I can't be out here fighting. But if I feel like you're around a person that's being disrespectful to me, and especially if I express it at that point, again, that's on my spouse. You need to check that person, him or her. And I wanted to also respond to the thing about it being insecure. No, it doesn't. It's not an insecurity that my spouse cannot have a female best friend. It's strictly the fact that at the end of the day, these women love to try to not even necessarily push up on your guy, but they love to try to act like, oh, but I was here first. And that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to compete for the number one spot.
Right.
His mama might get the number one spot over me, and his daughters. Okay, they can be over me too because those are kids. But ain't no other female going to come before me in that man's life. Period. Not insecurity. Period. I know my worth. I know my place. And ain't nobody else going to stand in it.
Okay.
So,
Period.
All right. And looks like I have someone joining the phone lines. So let me bring up this person. This is Cynthia. Cynthia, where are you calling from?
Hi there. I am calling from Fresno, California.
That's my friend.
Doing well, Cynthia. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Forgive me for not looking camera ready.
You're good. You're good. What did you want to chime in on this conversation about?
Uh-oh.
I lost you, Cynthia.
Lord, I thought it was me again.
She's driving. Oh, Cynthia.
All right. Looks like, are you back? Not quite. We'll give her a couple of minutes to work that out. And let's see.
Q, I want to bring up something that you talked about earlier. when people don't have any friends, like you meet somebody and you're dating them and they have no friends.
Mm-hmm.
Should you run then?
You know,
I mean,
that's
Take
kind of
off.
scary too.
Pew.
the sound effects.
Everyone thinks you should run.
Yeah, take off.
Why does I may have missed that? Why don't they have friends? Like no
I
one?
don't know.
That ain't even my concern at that
That's
point.
the question.
You ain't got no friends.
Somebody
Like
and
Maybe
no?
like some,
like
Not
like
one.
where
maybe
your
like
friends
to the
at? Where your
club.
friends at? I kept, we would go out and run into somebody who was a female. Okay, that's my friend. Okay. Well, that joker had more friendships than with women than I can recall. So, but no male friends. Not one that he introduced me to. Talked about, went to the gym with, nothing.
Nobody
He just
shot.
sounds like a nice guy.
Uh,
I don't know about that. They don't have
Snake or
any
psycho.
friends. I would be concerned personally.
Yeah.
I really would.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all right. So, what if they don't introduce you to their friends? Bailey, let's say you've been with someone for 6 months to a year, and you've never met her friends. I mean, does that raise a red flag for you?
I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Our time together is our time together. Our time apart is our time apart. I don't care what you do. As long as I don't know about it, I don't care. Well,
So you don't mind being a secret,
So that's not a
man,
relationship. This is just somebody you jumping off with.
no,
right?
just
You don't
whatever
mind
we
being a little
whatever we
secret.
doing. Like,
we
we happy. I ain't tripping about no friends. To be honest with you, I don't really want to be around nobody else anyway. I ain't. So I'm cool.
Bad man, what do you think, man? If you don't get introduced to her friends in 6 months to a year, how does that make you feel?
shit. It's gonna make me feel like a fucking jump off.
Yeah.
Right.
Me feeling like a fucking jump off. And I know damn well if I don't take no damn body around my friends or my relatives that nobody know, and shit, yeah, she a jump off. But oh man, that is a red flag though.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Robin.
It's bright red. Yeah, that's annoying. Like, why are you not wanting me to meet your friends? Why are you keeping me away and keeping them away from me? That makes no sense to me. That means, Erica says, that means you're not the main one. Period. Point blank.
All
You don't
right.
need to meet my friends because you ain't gonna be around for long.
They might have secrets
That
they don't want to let out. Like
Yeah.
they crazy and shit, and they do psychotic shit like breaking your car windows and keying your shit and all that other shit.
Keith's been through some stuff.
It
It's
sounds
okay.
like he
It's
has, hasn't
okay.
it? And it looks like Cynthia's back with us. Cynthia, we'll try
Hi,
you
everybody.
again.
Sorry about that. I am trying to get this paper, aka I'm an independent consultant with paparazzi, jewelry, and accessories. And there's a tower over here that's cutting off, that is trying to cut off and trying to not let me be great. But here we go. Let me park right here. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing
Or
well.
this afternoon?
The question right now is if you're dating someone for 6 months to a year and they have never introduced you to their friends, is that a problem?
My experience is yes. Now, from a female perspective, when I am currently married, been married 12 years, but the men that I wanted to know, I'm an open book, so I want to know who's your people, and your people might not necessarily be your family. It could also be your friends. I have some friends that I don't live close to my family, so my friends are my family. That I live here in Fresno, so it also goes to who they are as a person. Now, my husband, at the time when we were dating, most of his he had a plethora of different friends. Like I have white friends, black friends, Hispanic friends, and he had the same. We had a whole lot of things in common, but I've also dated people we had nothing in common except we wanted some sexual activity.
All right.
And then also, what are they hiding? You've been there 6 months or a year. Now it's time to really kind of let the guard down and delve deeper into who we are. And so I don't know who your somethings, your support system, what your values are in 6 months to a year, and that hasn't popped up as your family. I've had some friends say that some of their boyfriends or the guys they're dating sometimes are embarrassed about who their family is. Maybe they have social economically climbed out of the situation that they were born into. Still, you still want to know, and I still think you should know who their mama is, know what they, come from, because even when there's some distance, there tends to be remnants of who you are from the people you hang out with.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. And appreciate you calling in from Fresno, California. And so, all right, last question. We'll go ahead and wrap things up. We're getting close to the bottom of the hour. So this is not related to a relationship, marriage, or anything like that. This is about family. Specifically for those of you who have kids. If your kid has a friend who does poorly in school, or maybe they're disrespectful to adults, maybe they shoplift, something like that, whatever the situation, you don't like your kid's friend, how do you handle that? And Nat, I'll start with you.
Well, I think I apply the same logic. I talk to my kids like, first of all, you understand that behavior is not acceptable, it's not okay. And I mean, I've been in that situation. I've even had to check a child or two, who would, I guess they speak disrespectfully to their parents. And, you're going to address me a little bit differently because I lay hands. So, I've had to tell Ivy, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell my child's name, but I had to tell her, like, you know what this person is doing, you see how they're acting, it's not okay. And eventually, because we start from such a young age, she tend to pull away from that friendship because she realized, like, yeah, we're getting in trouble at school and I'm just getting in trouble by association. So just getting an understanding of seeing how that works. Granted, my child is not perfect, but lots of people tell me, hey, she's very respectful, yada, yada. I'm like, well, y'all get a better version of her than I do, but I don't get that crap that these other parents be getting from some of their kids. So my kids have learned who to hang out with, who not to. Like after a while, it begins to be a problem for them as well. So I don't have to really intervene that heavy.
Okay. All right, Tawana, what about you? I mean, do you talk to your child's friend, or do you say that kid is off limits? How do you handle it?
I have had conversations with my son's friend. He was from a home where he didn't really have people that communicated with him. So he came to me a lot, but he was always in trouble. Eventually though, my son did kind of step away from that situation. It became too heavy, too much. But as far as my kids are concerned, I talk to them. I'm upfront, I'm honest, and I'm raw when I speak to them. So some things they recognize and they run away from it. But I have older kids too, so they don't usually stick around. So I don't have much to say. But in the past, when they were younger, I did, talk to some of the kids and talk to them as well.
Okay. And Erica chimed in from Louisiana, Erica Warren. She says her son had a friend like that, and he eventually stopped hanging with the friend because he knew that the behavior wasn't acceptable, and he didn't want his name associated with it. So it seemed like her kid was mature enough to see that as well. And Bailey, what about you, man? I mean, you have kids, so how do you handle if you don't like your kids' friends? You know, what if your kid has a friend of the opposite sex who's a little bit promiscuous or fast moving? I mean, how do you handle all of that? Do you intervene or do you just kind of let it work itself out?
It's kind of situational. It depends on the circumstances. Like sometimes there might be an opportunity to help. You know, that child may be in a home where, you know, it's just not responsible adults in their home. So you know, before you just, you know, I make them cut them off cold turkey. I want to just get an understanding of what's going on, and if there's an opportunity to help, then you help. If not, then, you know, yeah, you know, we're gonna have to you know, do something about that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I feel the same way about somebody I'm dating. I've dated people, and you know, I wasn't fond of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Or I wasn't fond of their parents. I wasn't fond of their parenting style. You know what I'm saying? They had a different parenting style from me, and you know, they let their kids get away with certain things, and I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So it's something I'm mindful of. But you know, I always, you know, try to, you know, seek to get an understanding first. You know, because it may be an opportunity to help a child that's, you know, in a messed up home.
Okay.
And if you can't help, like Tawana said, if it's too much, then, you know, you kind of, you know, just gotta let that go. And you know, I'm pretty on the up and up with my kids, especially my oldest daughter. So you know, that's a talk we'll have and we'll figure it out.
All right, bad man.
Woo! And I'm the only one on here with a 6-year-old. So the I don't know. We ain't got to that situation now. You know, he's still young, but man, my son is 6 going on 26 because my son is the miniature version of me. So he will say anything. And I mean anything. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Now, I was talking
All
to
right.
my
Make it
ex-wife.
quick for me.
Okay, and anyway, why did our son say, "Mama, you just kicked my daddy to the curb"? And I'm just saying, and I did not tell him that. But anyway, though, I agree with Bailey though. You know, sometimes, especially as kids, they might be going through some things. So you know, you just gotta help the kids. And plus, I love the kids.
Keep love the kids.
All right. And Cynthia, do you have kids?
Can't hear you, Cynthia.
Oh, I think my mic might have got
Go
muted.
ahead. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do. I have an 8 and 11-year-old. I do control who they are around. My situation is a little different because I've homeschooled my kids most of their life. And so the interactions that they have are things that I choose. I also, with their playing and their hanging out or socialization, a lot of times, a lot of the mothers are personal friends of mine. So our values, the way we raise our kids are similar. So I have not had that problem, but I also have the rule is that the behavior and etiquette in my household is the behavior and etiquette of anyone visiting my household. So it's please, it's yes, ma'am. You ask for stuff. So I don't care what you do at your, I don't care what you do at your house, but in my house, this is what we do. And
That's what I'm talking about.
that, for the most part, has I haven't had any problems. Though I do hear my friends' kids talk. My friends talk about issues with their kids at home. In my house, this is how it runs. And
Okay.
so, but yeah, I do kind of. I really control the environment or the children that my kids are exposed to.
All right. And everyone has a different method to, as far as that's concerned. So I completely get it. And all right, so we'll get ready to wrap things up really quick. I want to say, let you know as far as what's coming up for the next show. The next show on Monday, June the 7th at 7:30 Central Time. Why would a guy give a girl money? I invite on some guest panelists to discuss why some guys act as if it's a sin to give their girlfriends money from time to time. So it should be an interesting show, and I'm sure that everyone will enjoy it. Now, I also want to, like I said, encourage everyone to subscribe, hit the bell icon, whatever you need to do to follow the show so you can get updates and be aware of future shows. And no, I don't believe in subliminal messages at all. So, all right. So we'll get to our final thoughts and let everyone have an opportunity to do what they need to do. I think Bailey dropped off. I'm not sure if he's coming back or not. But final thoughts, and Net, I'll start with you.
Oh, final thoughts. Talk to your significant other if you got problems with their friends. Don't try to, make them choose or anything like that, because that'll never work out in your favor. Handle that between y'all, and if they want to be with you, they'll respect the way that you feel and try to make the necessary adjustments. And if they don't respect it, they don't check it, then it's up to you to do what's best for you in the relationship. That's that.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, ma'am. And Tawana, I will go to you for your final thoughts.
Going back to the question when you asked if you don't meet someone in 6 to a year, their friends and family. So ladies and gents, don't let anyone hide you. You're not an Easter egg. So you don't have to be shown off, but don't let anyone hide you. And I'll leave it at that.
I love it.
All right. She said you are not an Easter egg. I'm digging that. And Robin, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, I'm gonna go back to the kids with friends. Y'all know black mamas don't play. And we're going to tell our kids what we feel about their friends regardless. One time, my son had a friend that walked home with him. He lived not far, and he was getting high behind our house. And my daughter calls me and was like, Mom, this is going on. So I'll get on the phone with my son. I said, look, you take your ass out there and tell him to get away from our house. And I made him man up because this was his friend. He had to learn. He knew that was wrong, and he had to deliver the message. It wasn't up to me. So you got to check your kids first because they need to know what kind of friends they need to be hanging around.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Cynthia, I'll let you go. Give your final thoughts. I appreciate you calling in to join the discussion. Hold on. That's my fault. Go ahead.
Okay. As far as, again, I agree with Tawana. You are to be enjoyed in the fullness therein of. So you are cockroaches hide. You are nothing to be hidden. 6 months to a year, you should know everything by that time. And as far as children, again, what goes on in my house, this is the etiquette that happens in my house. Your kids will act accordingly.
All right. Again, I appreciate you joining the discussion. And Bad Man, shut it down for me, bro.
Woo! Show, wonderful show. Enjoyed listening to all the ladies getting their inside thoughts, but once again, don't never let nobody hide you. Don't never let nobody hide you. You are not a jump off. They go for men and they go for a woman too. They go both ways because communication rules the nation. So, especially and with the kids though, man, if they got some knucklehead ass friends, hey, check them. If they young, check them. If they old, still check them. But still though, it's all about communication. Because at the end of the day, especially with the friends, if y'all are together, y'all together. And when they with their friends, they with their friends. So you and that person have to break that time down. Okay. When you want to get away from my crazy ass, okay, you go hang with your friends. When I want to get away from your crazy ass, I go hang with my friends. If I can't get along with them, guess what? I can be peaceful with them. But anyway, though, Good show.
Keith, what you over there drinking?
I am not drinking. I took my blood pressure medicine. You know I'm a comedian.
All right, so really quick before I forget, Net, Tawana, you all want to plug your show right quick? I'm a big fan of the Ladies Night podcast, so let the people know where they can find you.
Go ahead, Nick.
Really? Okay. Well, we are pretty much on all platforms that have podcasts. We are Ladies Night Podcast. Just look for the icon. I do believe we've updated a little bit. You know, we've all had changes dealing with coming out of this pandemic, trying to get our little groove back going. But we have a nice little library of old shows you can go listen to until we get some new ones uploaded. Oh, we're also on Instagram too at Ladies Night Pod _. So yeah, check us out.
Check us out.
All right, real cool. And all right, this dude and crept back in here. And Bailey, didn't get your final thoughts, man. What you got? Wrap up the show. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Let's see. Okay. Men can have female best friends.
You gonna say women cannot?
Yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know why you want to do that. But men can have women best friends. What else did we go over? Your kids, their friends. It may be an opportunity to help. You know, they might be in a bad situation, and if you know you can't help, then let them go. What else? What else we talked about? And yeah, I don't. As far as her friends, you know, just be respectful. I don't care what you do. I don't even have to know where she work. I don't care. I don't have to meet nobody. I'm cool.
Wow.
Because that's just inviting them to have the problems that we talked about tonight. Now you don't like the friends because you had to meet them. So I don't.
So he
cool.
said if you don't meet them, you don't have any problems with them.
Yeah, you don't have no problems. I don't care.
Girl, he's the girl with my cousin.
Yeah, see, yeah, I'm good. I don't have to know you. You know, we may know of each other. Okay, she's on the phone talking to such and such. But as far as chilling, I don't want to. You know, that ain't who I am, so I'm good.
All right. Appreciate you joining. I appreciate all of you for joining the show. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. You've been listening to the Talk to Q radio show. No experts, just opinions. Be sure to go to talktoq.com if you want more information on me or the show. Follow me on social media. You can pretty much find me at talktoq everywhere you look. All right. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your week. Peace out.
Thanks, Q.